Good morning everyone, my name is Ayush Kumar and today I am present here to give a presentation on the project that I will be going to make in my final year. So the name of my presentation will be Social Traveler. It is a social media application specifically designed for travelers. So the things that we are going to discuss will be introduction, objectives, SRS, Gantt chart, DFD, data schemas. I am using MongoDB, which is why I am not using ER diagram because it is not a relational database. So I am using data schemas and interface and process logic and future scope that we are going to discuss in this presentation. Now, Social Traveler is a social media web application which is specifically designed for travelers, where the users can connect with like-minded travelers and can share their travel stories. People can also see different places with the lens of the travelers. The main objective of Social Traveler is to build a social media platform for travelers, and we aim to provide a user-friendly platform with an intuitive user interface so that people can use it. It's basically like an Instagram specifically for travelers. Yes. So this is the system requirement specification, and the purpose of this document is to clarify all the requirements that will be needed for the development of this web application. And the scope of the Social Traveler, it aims to provide a user-friendly platform for users where they can connect with other people who have similar travel mind. Now the system the system architecture that we are going to follow in this is the MVC architecture, model view architecture, where the coding that we are going to make, we will separate the concerns of development. For example, we will first of all form data models. Then we have different routes for every endpoint of the system, and then controllers that will actually the main function of the website. The key components would be user interface, controller, and database, which we are using MongoDB, and data store. Next, here users can register and log in their system, and then can edit their profiles, manage their profiles, and next. Now users can also create posts. Users can like and comment others' posts, share different posts and can also have can also communicate with other travelers. Next. Then users also will have the ability to follow others and also be followed by someone else. Then we will also have a real-time chat system for that. Next. Then as I said, we will have an intuitive user interface for that, very different from the conventional social media applications. Next. Also, we will perform unit testing, integration testing, and the user testing for people we will involve people who will actually be using this website for testing. Next. And last, the technology stack that I am going to use is React.js and Tailwind CSS for frontend, Node.js and Express.js for backend scripting, and MongoDB for database. And Mongoose.js, we will be using this framework for communicating with MongoDB. Next. So this is my process logic for user registration. First, user will enter the registration details. The system will validate the registration details. If it will be correct, then the user account will be created, and then user will be logged in. If it is wrong, then the user will be asked to submit the details again. Then we have the login process logic for logging. The users will enter the login credentials. Then the system will validate the login. If it is correct, they will be able to log in, and if it's not, they will be asked to write the information again. Next. Then we have process logic for post creation and interaction. The user will click the post creation icon. Then user will be able to write different text. They will also be they can also include media in that post, and hence they will be able to create the post. And then then we have process logic for connections and messaging. First, user can navigate through the chat feature that our app will have, and then they can click on the user will click on the person that they want to have a chat with, and they can start a real-time conversation in it. And this is the Gantt chart. First, we will in the first week there will be all of sort of planning for the development. Then 2 weeks will be included for analysis and design, and 5 weeks that will be taken for development, and then there will be testing and implementation and maintenance. So this is the entire data flow diagram this is a one level data flow diagram for the social media application. You can see that the user will have a registration process, then the system will check their credentials. If the registration is correct and the credentials are right, the system will store the user profile in the user's database, user's collections that in the MongoDB, and hence you can see the rest of the process that is going to be happen in the social media application. And this is the user schema basically. So as I said that we are not using ER diagram because I am not using a relational database. I am using MongoDB, which is a hierarchical database. It has different collections, and in those collections we store documents. So this is the schema for the collection user, and this is the code that we will write in the Mongo so that we can create a schema on the basis of which we are going to store the data in database. So this is the user schema, this is the post schema, and next this is the message schema for real-time conversation. Next here is the login form. It will be the login form, and you can see here it is the logo of my project. Next, this is the sign up. This is the sign up form, and unfortunately I was not able to make the entire home of our social media application. But the problem I am initially making the API for it. So because of that I will not be able to show it to you right now. And in future we can utilize all the data that we have collected from our application to again gain insights on the user behavior and different travel trends. We can also incorporate travel recommendation in the future, and we can also develop this platform into a comprehensive travel recommendation system. And these are the references that I have used for learning all the technologies that I am going to use next. So this is all about my presentation. Thank you.